Windows 11, how to upgrade to Windows 11 24H2 on unsupported hardware. Upgrading to Windows 11 24H2 on unsupported hardware is possible by bypassing certain checks during the installation process, though it's worth noting that running Windows 11 on unsupported devices may have stability or compatibility issues and may not receive all updates. Here's how to go about it, #### step-by-step guide for upgrading 1. Back up your data. Before you begin, back up all important data. Installing Windows 11 on unsupported hardware could potentially cause issues or data loss. 2. Download the Windows 11 24H2 ISO. Visit Microsoft's official download page, https://www.microsoft.com/software-download/Windows 11, and download the ISO file for the latest Windows 11 version, 24H2. 3. Prepare a bootable USB drive. Use a tool like Rufus or the Media Creation tool to create a bootable USB drive with the ISO. In Rufus, choose the ISO file and configure settings, partition scheme, MBR for BIOS/UEFI or GPT for UEFI, file system, and TFS4. Bypass the TPM and CPU checks. You can bypass the hardware checks in a few ways. Option A, using Registry Editor. During setup, 1. Begin installation by booting from the USB or running setup from within Windows. 2. When you reach the "This PC can't run Windows 11" screen, press Shift plus F10 to open command prompt. 3. Type regedit to open the registry editor. 4. Navigate to /key_local_machine/system/setup 5. Right-click on the setup key, select New Key, and name it Lab Config. 6. Lab config key, create the following DWORD, 32-bit, values and set each to 1, bypass TPM check, bypass secure boot check, bypass RAM check, bypass storage check 7. Close the registry editor and command prompt, then continue with the setup. Option B, using Rufus bypass settings 1. When creating the bootable USB with Rufus, select the bypass TPM check, 4GB RAM, secure boot option if it appears, available in newer versions of Rufus. 2. Proceed with the USB. Setup as usual, which will bypass the checks automatically. 5. Install Windows 11, continue with the installation. You may still see a warning about unsupported hardware but can usually proceed. 6. Post-installation setup, complete the installation setup as usual. After installation, check for updates via Settings Windows Update to get the latest security patches. Important considerations: no support from Microsoft. Running Windows 11 on unsupported hardware may limit Microsoft support, including access to updates. Potential stability issues: unsupported devices might encounter performance issues. Following these steps should allow you to upgrade to Windows 11 24H2 on unsupported hardware.